to Legends, Lore, Hauntings, and more with your hosts, Polly, Shelley, and Shelby, coming to you from the Berg. And we're here to talk about anything from true facts to urban legends and much more in between. So if you have any encounters or stories you'd like us to talk about, send it to legendslorehauntings.more@gmail.com. And if you like what we're about, rate, subscribe, and share. With that being said, let's get into it.
Okay, so I have a correction from last week. I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but when I re-listened to it, I said that our family went to North Carolina for 2 weeks.
Oh, with the 4 kids and you had
Yes.
the twang. I was paying attention.
Yay! But
Okay.
I accidentally said to meet up with my dad's Army buddy. Correction, it's my dad's Navy buddy.
Oh, okay.
So that was my correction. I don't know why I said Army. He was
Okay.
in the Navy.
All right.
Okay. And while I was listening, I also listened to your St. Patty's story.
Yeah, the St. Patrick's short.
About the little leprechauns.
Yeah.
Which made me think, how can there be no women leprechauns? How could there be leprechauns if there's no women leprechauns?
Because the boy leprechauns are boy fairies that are kicked out.
Oh.
And so they live the life of a leprechaun.
What do they do with the girl fairies that kick out?
They keep them. They don't kick them out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which also brings me to my other point of, wouldn't you be grouchy too if there was no girl leprechauns?
Well, heck yeah.
They're grouchy. Didn't you say they were grouchy?
Yeah, they're grouchy and sneaky and untrustworthy.
Wouldn't you be like that too if there was no girl leprechauns and you were a boy?
I would.
Okay. That's all I got to say.
I would.
Okay.
Okay.
And point
And
made.
And
Okay, take it away.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, speaking of St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
I have a little bit of trivia.
Woohoo!
All right, and nobody look at my notes.
You're what?
All right, my notes. Okay.
Slash answers?
No, you should have said that. Now I want to look.
No,
I know, me too.
I need a divider. Okay. Question number 1. This is from the source readersdigest.com. Number 1, was St. Patrick Irish?
I'm going to say
I want to
no.
say yes, but I'm going to say no because
I
it's the obvious.
feel it's a trick question.
Yep.
So we're going to say no.
Okay, you're absolutely correct. No.
Sorry,
We're
Trevor.
smarter than we thought.
He was actually born in Scotland in the late 4th century. When he was a teenager, he was kidnapped and sold into slavery in Ireland. 6 years later, he escaped and went back to Scotland, where he joined a monastery. As an adult, he returned to Ireland as a missionary, where he lived for 40 years.
Ooh.
He was kidnapped from Scotland. Yeah.
Wow.
He's white.
Yeah, he was white. Irish people are white, but yeah,
Yeah,
Scottish
That's
people
cool.
are too.
So
wow,
we
I
were
did not know
slaves.
that.
So what?
Irish people were slaves back then too?
Oh God, yeah. There were more Irish slaves than black slaves, I think. Yeah, Irish people
No
were.
one talks about
Oh,
that.
baby.
No, of course not.
Right.
Okay. Now, number 2. Was March 17th St. Patrick's birthday?
I mean,
I feel like
so
another
I think
trick
it's yes,
question.
So I'm going to say no.
Same.
Okay. No. A saint's
We're on
feast,
a roll.
Uh-huh.
A saint's feast day marks the day they died, not the day they were born. So he died March 17th.
They call it feast?
Saint Feast Day.
St. Feces?
Depending on who you are, I guess.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay. Is green the color of St. Patrick's Day? Like, is green
I'm
the
gonna-
official color?
I feel like these are all trick
Yeah,
questions, but then
Let's
are
just
they
say
that
yes
tricky?
for this one because this
Okay.
has got to. I mean, it's not
They
purple.
can't all be.
You know.
So,
Hold on. Let me think. What other color would it be?
is it tricky or that tricky? So,
I'm gonna take a risk and I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to go with her.
Okay. Although green is the color mostly associated with Ireland, being the Emerald Isle, It's not St. Patrick's
They're all trick
color.
questions.
Members of the Order of St. Patrick's actually used blue as their symbolic color.
Why would they
Well,
mess with us?
I have no
how did
idea.
it turn green then?
I don't know.
Greed.
Then
They didn't
don't
say.
ask that question.
Maybe that'll be maybe that'll be on next week's.
Veto that question.
All right, I digress.
I almost switched it up just to
All right.
to cover our bases, but
Right?
I should have. Go ahead.
Did St. Patrick use the shamrock to represent the Holy Trinity?
I'm gonna say
No.
no because I know these are all tricks.
No.
Though the shamrock has 3 leaves, there is no historical evidence that St. Patrick used it as a symbol to demonstrate Christianity. You guys were right.
So literally, St. Patrick's Day is like a
Because
Like a
doesn't-
hoax.
yeah.
Because wait a minute, isn't there
Those
their
tricky
shamrocks
Irish-
4 leaf clovers?
It's funny you should mention.
Let me see.
Is it easy to find a 4-leaf clover?
Hell
No, it's not.
I look every summer.
The odds of finding a 4-leaf clover are about 1 in 10,000.
All right. Thought so.
Yay! And I hate people that can find more than one.
Okay, I have people tell me all the time, "Oh, there's a bunch. I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
I've never
two
found one in
my
my
whole
life.
I found
In
2
my life.
in my whole
And I look
life.
like an
Yeah.
idiot sometimes because you know those patches.
Oh yeah, I'll sit there
I'll
and
be-
stare for hours.
When I take Jade out, when I did, you know,
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, oh, let me just look.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
And then I'll be like, people look out the window, and I'm just sitting there like
Yeah.
Right.
looking at every single. Are you sure?
I do that with
Because if
my
these people can find them all the time, I'm like, I know I gotta find one.
right. I've only found 2 my whole life, and I'm 51. So yeah, but I do that with rocks, with Indian beads, with my river rocks,
Oh,
and
they're
I
in the
have
rocks.
found so many Indian beads. in there.
Oh, when I was little, like when you go to the beach and you pick
Yeah.
up all those little pebbles and you try to find the Indian beads.
Indian beads. I'll show you. I got a
Yeah,
whole jar
they're
of
the
them.
ones with the little holes in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have something funny about those. Where are they? Here they are. But these are all the ones that I found.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you. But that one just looks like a little man, so I kept it.
I used to be really, I'm not used to, I mean, I still would do it, but into geodes, like trying to find all these rocks and getting a hammer and smashing them open to see
Oh,
if they're like
yeah.
crystal inside, amethyst or whatever.
Dude, I'll give you one
I love doing
because
that.
I have. They're called. They have them in. I forget what part of Indiana, but my mom's friend went down to visit, and they're called brain rocks. And they just look like heads of cauliflower, really. But if you smash them open, they have all the pretty colors
Every
inside.
year,
And
I
I've got
give
a
you
ton of them, so I'll
those
give you.
scientific kits, you know.
Where
to
you
play
grow
with.
them?
We haven't grown them yet, but
Oh.
we always get the ones where you hit them with shit and then, stuff, and then it opens and it's geodes. But I want to go to like the red soil places in like Kentucky and places like that and find them myself.
Yes.
You know?
Dan and I in Tennessee, we want to go. It's like a gem mining,
Mhm.
but you actually, it's not like, some gay stuff or silly stuff at the, for kids
Right,
or whatever.
it's not like set up for like
Right, it's not set up. It's
you actually have to
you
find
actually
them,
have
and
to
they're
find
really
them.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just had a gold spot. A bunch
My
of them.
friend found amethyst. She went there with her husband, and she found she brought me back. Well, she bought the chunk for me, but she found like a pretty good sized chunk just from digging around. I think that's pretty cool.
I feel like if you find one, it's more powerful than a stone you buy.
Oh yeah.
You know. That's,
I think because it picks you almost.
Yes.
Do you know
there
what I
you go.
mean?
It's a law
Yeah.
of attraction.
See? Okay. Heidi? Oh, okay.
I watched
Heidi's taking a break, so we will be right back. And we're back with more St. Patrick's Day facts. All right. Did most St. Patrick's Day traditions start in Ireland?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
No. Most started in the United States. The first St. Patrick's Day parade occurred in New York City in 1782. All right, was consuming alcohol a staple of the holiday in Ireland?
Yes.
No.
No, not by any means. Until the 1960s.
I gave that to you.
Okay.
That was a mercy.
A
one
mercy.
for you.
A
Oh, you did
mercy
it.
one. All right, until the 1960s, pubs in Ireland were closed on March 17th in observance of the religious holiday. So in Ireland, it was very religious and very saintly. You know what I mean? All right, is eating corned beef on St. Patrick's Day an Irish tradition?
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Corned beef and cabbage?
Okay, now you say it together.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it a tradition?
Is corned beef like corned beef hash?
It's like meat.
So is corned beef hash.
Same thing that's in Reuben's and
Yeah.
Oh.
corned beef.
Don't
Yes.
dig it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, let me think about it. Yeah. Nope, it's a trick question. No.
Up until the 20th century, pork was much cheaper to raise for the average family in Ireland. So Irish immigrants bought corned beef from Jewish delis when they arrived in New York City. But in Ireland, more common St. Patrick's Day meats are ham and bacon. Did St. Patrick banish snakes from Ireland?
Yes. I do know that one.
True.
Hold on. Pick a hand.
Yes or no?
No.
This just stems from stories. The Emerald Isle owes its lack of snakes to the Ice Age and geography.
Damn it.
The shifting glaciers of the last Ice Age left Ireland surrounded by water, making it impossible for snakes to reach it. And
So-
before then, it was far too cold for them to survive.
So that is a folklore.
Yes.
Hmm.
Are leprechauns directly related to St. Patrick's Day?
Oh my gosh, this can't be that tricky. It's gotta be.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say no to everything from now on. No.
There's
no,
only two
no,
more.
no, 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 no.
I'm gonna say yes. Give it a risk.
I'm gonna just go with whatever she says from now
Okay,
on.
that's what she said. Aside from the fact that they're both Irish, leprechauns didn't become a staple of Irish literature until many
said no
years
first.
after St. Patrick's journey through Ireland.
You should have found some questions with a yes, so this would not.
They didn't have any.
Oh, so we know that they're all
This
no.
was
Well,
on
now
the
we
one
know.
I just
website.
hacked it. I hacked the
love
system.
it.
Now we just answer no.
All right, and this is the last thing.
Well, we know the answer is no because you just said.
Yeah,
All right.
I kind of tricked you into that. I've never been
I just
manipulated
said
in
that.
my life.
That was a
Uh-huh.
good one.
I didn't even do that.
All right, fun fact. Montserrat, aka the Emerald Isle of the Caribbean, throws a St. Patrick's festival that lasts more than a week.
That is not that hard to believe.
We
either.
are going to the Isle of the Caribbean next March
Okay.
to celebrate for a week.
Okay. Love it and
So
love
send
it.
us some money to legendslorehauntings.more@gmail.com and we'll have a great...
We're gonna need a lot
Patrick's
because
Day
there's
on
4 of
you.
us to send. Correctamundo. All right.
And now it's time to hear from Lizzie. What-
Okay, so have you guys heard of the Russian sleep experiments?
No.
Okay, so Soviet era scientists developed a drug and a gas form that they
Are you talking
believed.
about MK Ultra?
Leave me alone.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
A gas that they thought would keep a soldier awake for up to 30 days. The story originated on a website, so I don't know. Like, it was debunked. It's not real, but I thought it was really fun because it's a legend.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
So these scientists, they took 5 prisoners and they told them that if you compete in the experiment and you make it through, you'll be free. So they locked these people in a chamber and they pumped this gas in there. And after a couple days, they started to show symptoms of sleep deprivation, like paranoia and psychosis.
Mm.
And then after 15 days, they couldn't hear or see any of the subjects through the microphones or through the windows in the chamber. So they pumped it full of fresh air and opened it. And they found 1 man dead.
Hey.
And 3 of them were like
Eaten. One was eaten.
horrible injuries. They had all over their bodies. And some of them looked like they'd been
Like
self-inflicted.
cannibalism.
I don't know. Didn't say.
Ay, ay, ay.
It's debunked.
Okay. Yeah, it's debunked. It's a legend. But So when they tried to sedate the 4 survivors, 3 of them died from. They just died as soon as they lost consciousness. Their heart stopped and they died. And then when they asked the last survivor what happened to the other men, he said they represented the potential for evil that exists in all human beings, which is usually contained by sleep. But the evil was unleashed by their constant state of being awake. It is, in fact, a fictional story. It originated on a website called Creepypasta. It's completely made up.
What's so crazy is
Everybody thinks that it was like real, but it's
yeah,
not.
because me and Cindy looked this up before, and we
So-
thought it was real. Because it sounds like something the government would do back in the day. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, because like you said, MK Ultra really did happen.
that
and
is
it did
MK Ultra,
exist.
right? Exactly what she said. That's
Well,
the
they
case.
did a little more experiments
it's
than
Well,
that.
yeah, it got a little
Yeah.
more in depth, but
Yeah.
it began just like what she said.
I don't
Mandela
really know
effect.
how it
I
began.
want
I
to listen
Another
to the
Mandela
YouTube video of
effect.
the audio
Dun dun
because it was an experiment. So they,
Mhm.
you know, whoo, buddy.
But it
Yeah.
would have been funnier if you wouldn't have said it's debunked at the beginning.
Yeah,
her story
you gotta
might be
tell it at the
debunked,
end.
But I can guarantee you there's a story out there just like this. That's
No,
probably
MK Ultra
There
is
sure
a real
but
thing.
This one about the Soviet era scientists was fake, but this is the
Buddy,
most
what do you
known
need?
one.
Huh?
Gotcha.
Come here, baby.
That is interesting, though.
Yeah.
It is. Because
Yeah.
sleep deprivation is like
Well,
the
and
worst
that's-
drug you can be on, they say.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. That's what made it really sound believable. Because if you have sleep deprivation, you start going insane. You know
Right.
what I
Yeah,
mean? And
you're
then,
s-
so it is believable that maybe you could start losing your hearing and your sight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I understand why a lot of people believed it.
Well, they said that on the website because it was on menshealth.com. I figured that would probably be the most believable and
Men's health?
yeah. It was like a history piece
Oh,
that they did on
history.
it. But they said that after 48 hours without sleep you start to get real sluggish and you can't comprehend stuff. So
You can hallucinate.
Mm-hmm.
although amphetamines were used in the war to help soldiers, they still had to sleep because you just
You
can't.
have to.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
you'll go
necessity.
mad.
That's
Yeah.
why meth heads act the way they do because it's not the drug necessarily, it's the sleep deprivation.
Right. Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, that's why they get paranoid and
Why are you
Mhm.
pulling my
Start
face?
You
scratching
start
at themselves and
hallucinating.
stuff,
And,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that was a good one.
yeah.
I should not have said it was debunked. It is a legend.
Until the end, but I also
You did.
Yeah, you
I
helped
did
it.
it.
That's
You
up to
helped
you,
it along.
That was
Shelby.
my
That's
fault.
like the thing.
we all know I don't think
It's okay.
That's okay. It was a good story though.
It was. It was awesome.
Okay.
I'm
Good.
still hooked on your Mandela effect. Get your
really.
off the table.
Yeah, the Mandela's good.
That is
Everybody's
still-
obsessed with that. I don't
am.
know if
Did you guys
couldn't
ever
tell
see
you.
that movie, The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah, that's a really good movie with
Mhm.
Ashton Kutcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
somebody-
kind of like the Mandela effect, sorta.
He
Where
keeps
there's-
going back in time to try to
To
do
change
different
things
scenarios,
for different
but
realities.
it never ends up good.
Okay. Eh?
Okay,
That's
so don't you have a story for us?
Oh
Shelby?
yeah.
Shelby has a story for us.
Oh,
Okay, so
Awesome.
there's this big thing going around about this guy in Valencia, Spain. And he says that he's in 2027 and he woke up in a hospital all by himself with no memory of how he got there. There's no people in this hospital at all. So that's kind of weird. And then all the computers, every technology he sees says 2027. He goes into the subway, there's nobody there. In the stores, there's nobody there. He's like, the only thing he can remember is his TikTok password. So that's kind of weird. So people keep challenging him to go to these places they know are busy, you know, and he goes, there's nobody there. And a lot of people think it might have been shot during quarantine,
Mm.
but why would there be nobody in the hospitals?
Yeah, during quarantine, it'd be
Exactly.
full. I didn't
There's
even
not
think
even any
about
birds.
that.
Like, there's nothing.
And where was
Like,
this at?
he's not
Valencia,
saying
Spain.
anything, or
Oh.
nobody's
There's
saying
no-
There's nobody else. There's
people.
only him. And people will be like in that city.
There's
like,
no
at this time,
insects.
they'll like go there.
No birds.
So it's got to be like another
Wow.
realm.
Right.
And somehow 2021 and 2027, or 2022 and 2027 are connected if it's true.
Yeah. Because wait.
But he also has the key to like everything, like the jail and What else was it?
Because people give him challenges.
Yeah.
They'll say, well, if you're the only one, then walk around in the jail.
And
Or-
he'll leave stuff in certain spots. People will come back and get it.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's
like-
the part I didn't
Wait,
get either.
I don't
how can
either,
people
because that
come
proves
get it if
nothing.
He's only
Right.
one there.
That doesn't prove anything.
That proves nothing. Like, and there's also editing. So
Yeah,
Right.
well, how can he leave something there to have somebody come get it if there's nobody there?
Well, back in time, he's saying.
Oh, gotcha,
He-
gotcha.
But
he's
then
in 2027.
why are his
He leaves it
TikTok
there.
videos
Oh.
from 2022?
Right.
They still have TikTok in 2027.
I don't know.
Lord
I'm
help
pretty
us
sure-
Exactly.
all.
I'm
Oh my, I do
first-
not tick. I
when
do
I
not
first
talk.
heard about this, I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is so crazy."
It is
But
funny.
the
though.
more you
She
look
sends
into
me
it,
stuff.
I don't think it's true. Unfortunately, I was hoping it was, but
Yeah,
Problem, sir.
but it does sound really
What's the matter?
intriguing.
and I think I wanted to believe it because it's just different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I saw the video because she sent me the
Well, it
video.
didn't get
and-
debunked for like 10 months. At
And
least.
I didn't. I was like bummed when I found out it wasn't real because I
Did
was
you
like,
send
and
it
it's not
whoa,
even
like-
confirmedly debunked, but I mean,
And then okay, so where were all the animals in the zoo?
okay, so the video I looked up to see like the evidence of why it's not true. Valencia keeps all their animals locked up in the inside exhibit. When the zoo is closed.
Oh,
And I thought during quarantine, like, there would at least be someone on a balcony or something, you know?
Right.
But Spain was a lot different than us.
yeah,
The
they
quarantine was
were
hard.
strict.
But
They
the
were
hospital thing,
strict.
That's just the only
Yeah,
thing
that's
that
the
keeps
only thing
getting
I don't
me.
understand because
Did he walk through the entire hospital?
yes, like
'Cause I don't. I,
It
I,
was
this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
vacant,
I mean,
vacant.
there's not any
Could it
people
have
anywhere.
been in
But I'm thinking that
abandoned hospital?
it's also 2022
No, it was
now.
like clean and
So maybe
modern and yeah,
really good editing. You know what I mean?
it had to be.
yeah.
Like he had to have some really good like CGI
But it was
skills
really
or
intriguing. I
whatever.
believed it for a minute.
I did too. Like I said, I was bummed when
I'm
I
a
found
little bit
out.
still of a believer, but then again, the TikTok password is the only thing you can remember.
Yeah, like and then the key. I just
The
you didn't have a
key.
key to your house.
Like, how did you know
but-
it was your TikTok password you
Yeah.
were remembering? Like, you could have just remembered a password.
right?
And so, yeah. But I
Yeah.
didn't find out that until after, you know, or else I would have definitely just thought it was fake.
Right. But it was intriguing and it did sound kind of real. So,
I mean,
but I still think there are other dimensions and other realities. You know what I mean?
He's so adorable.
What is he doing?
He's just standing there.
So, yeah. Oh, my next?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess it's my turn. All right. I'm doing one on, it's called Japan's Killing Stone. All right, and this, okay, this is a recent story. Like, it's an old story, but it had some recent happenings, so that's why I picked it. Okay, there's a stone in Japan known as the Sesoseki, or the Killing Stone, which, according to folklore, contains the soul of a demon and will kill anyone who touches it. According to local reports, on Sunday, March 6th, 2022, so that's this past Sunday, the stone
Aw.
split in half after rainwater got into the cracks, leading it to break. Based on mythology, the stone is said to contain the transformed corpse of a beautiful woman named Tamamo no Mae. It's believed that the woman was an evil nine-tailed fox in disguise and part of a secret plot to kill Emperor Toba. The fox's spirit was then transferred into the stone for 1,000 years. It is believed to prove fatal to anyone who comes in contact with the stone. So recently, a man who was walking alone came across the stone and it had already split in half, so this had to be after, like this past week. He said it felt like he had seen something that should not have been seen. Like he had a bad
Yikes.
feeling. He said, something that completely terrifies me about this legend is something that is stated in Revelation chapter 20, verses 2 and 3. It states, he seized the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil or Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. After that 1,000 years, the devil must be set free for a short time. So, what a time for the stone to crack.
Yeah.
So the devil's Roman?
I don't know.
Good thing I don't believe in him.
It coincides with the,
Yeah.
legend. But yeah, it just split open on Sunday. So,
What's weird is
So
March
winky
6th
dink?
was Jack's birthday.
Don't say.
I'm
Don't
just
say
kidding.
that.
He would get it. Okay.
He'd be laughing.
Yeah.
Aw.
So yeah,
That's
kind of scary.
creepy.
it is very.
I don't want to think
creepy.
about it for too long.
I
'cause
know. I got something else creepy that I don't really know any facts about, but it's just something that I came across that I don't know if you guys have ever heard about, but it scares the
Say it.
bejesus out of me. It's called the Well to Hell.
Oh.
I think I've heard about this. Is it a volcano?
No,
Oh.
it's a mysterious. Oh, sorry, that's not your phone. It's a
It
mysterious
is my phone.
crater. Or that's not mine.
Two
My
cylinders.
bad. It's a mysterious crater. And see, I should have looked it up before I brought it up. But I forget where it is, but it's just, I mean, it's endless.
Oh.
Nobody knows.
It's Hollow Earth.
No, well, you should hear the sounds.
Oh. Oh, but you can. So you can hear.
It's
if
scary. So, this is from the source, The Daily Scare.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to turn this up. But this is a place from Siberia. It's in Siberia. It's this huge crater. It was naturally formed or whatever. This is it.
Ooh. Are you kidding me?
Listen, I'm going to scream. I'm done.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
I don't like
You can't
it.
play any more than that.
Nope.
Without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow.
But anyway, it's in Siberia, and I will show you the picture of it. I'm sorry for
That is
blind
crazy.
I'm scared now. Like
That's creepy. That gave me chills.
Wow.
Oh,
That is
see.
insane.
I literally try not to believe in hell, the devil, demons,
Okay,
because I
well,
don't want any of that energy.
Right.
No, I don't either. It
But
scares
that's
the
kinda hard not
crap
to-
out of me.
That's
That
kinda
is
hard to ignore.
Insane.
But yeah,
I'm just
I gotta
thinking that
find
it's
a
weird
photo
how
of
you
it.
could hear things if it's because you would think that since it goes all the way like endless that you wouldn't be able to.
I don't know.
You're
They
endless,
put
you know
a
what I
Because
mean?
long,
it's supernatural. I mean, it's like endless
Right,
for
well,
us.
that
but they
supernatural.
put like
yes.
a long cable and
Oh, okay.
recording
Because to us
devices
it's not
way
there, but,
like,
down
it's
there.
there.
Obviously, it was way down there because
I don't
those
like it.
noises.
But if you listen to it, like you can hear actual screams
Exactly.
and moans
Yes.
and just. I don't
Sounded
even
like
wanna
it
say
sounded
it. Like I
like
have
talking,
anxiety
but
now.
in a
I know it gives me. I'm sorry, but I
yeah.
Rub my
it
heart
was-
out real quick.
I just wanted to show you something freaky. But I'm just looking up the picture of it because it is like I didn't want to. If I did it on YouTube, then we would get copyright. But I'll look up the images and I'll pass it around. And for our blind viewers, you guys can look it up. It's called the Well to Hell. It's in Siberia. Here's a guy like trying to go down it.
Is that why Siberian
Why
Huskies are
would
so
you?
different?
Why
I
would
mean,
you
it's
go
cool
down it?
looking at it, but
I don't.
Knowing
think
what
so.
that is.
I would go nowhere near that
No,
place
knowing
ever.
what that is, no.
This
Even
is
if I
how-
but
didn't
I
know and it
wouldn't
was
try to
just
go
a
down it
giant
because I
hole.
would be like, what if my rope broke? You know, you just endless fall.
That's
This
why-
is like, I mean, and remember,
No,
this
seriously,
is,
think
Yeah.
about it.
That's why I won't go
'Cause I know
bungee
my
but
jumping.
that's it, in the middle of the earth, just like
But I
a
want to go
hole.
skydiving, so that makes
Like-
sense.
Do you see it? It's just like a hole.
I
Like-
wonder if they could like drop a camera down there and just
You would think they'd try, you know?
yeah.
That's the
I
first
don't
thing
know.
I think
Everything
of.
is endless.
Well, I'd try a rope first, and you know.
I'm like afraid to even do any research
we
on
have
it.
drones
I don't,
all over the place.
You
Let's
know what
get
I
a
mean?
drone
It
down
makes me
there.
feel-
well, yeah, but
icky.
after a certain amount of space in between the drone and the remote,
Yeah.
it will lose.
You think
Right.
the technology?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we got Elon Musk, have him fix the drones.
Hey, yeah, we can go to space and talk to people. Why
Yeah,
can't,
just
you
have
know what I
him
mean?
fix the drones.
But that's scary, isn't it?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking you just turn
I
a
don't like it.
camcorder on and you drop it down in there.
I think that's
Oh,
what.
that's-
No. I think that's what they did to get the sounds. They used
Oh.
some camera equipment with a long ass cable as
I
far
wonder
as
how
they
long
could
of a
go.
cable.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking about just a regular
just
old
gives me the
camcorder,
creeps.
turning
Like
it on with full battery and just
or
dropping
even your
it down in the
phone.
center
Anything that can
to
record.
see like, and have it connected to something just to
They
see
do.
how long,
Yes, they
if
do,
it really
baby.
is endless. Just
Ah.
to see if it took more than 2 days to fall down and hit something.
Well, they do that all the time with the Earth, right? Like they'll.
Well, how would you know? Because trust me, after so long of falling, you're going to pass out from fear. You won't know how long you were falling.
But the camera. She
No, the
said to
camera.
drop a camera down
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay.
That's what
I
they're
was going to say, if you were falling,
Yeah,
if it
you
was
lose
me,
consciousness
I'm sorry.
after a
I would
while,
have a heart
wouldn't you?
attack and die
Yeah,
way before I hit
I
the
would
ground.
too. I think so. I'd have such an
The
anxiety
body
attack.
camera. Maybe we should.
There you
like
go.
a dead
Right.
body with a
On
body
no,
camera.
not a dead body. On a
They're already
dummy.
dead.
On
Right.
a dummy. Don't use a. Okay,
Okay,
now it's
for
getting
science.
dark.
It's for
Okay.
science.
Okay. Who?
Look, no, I'm not gonna say that. We're
Well,
just recording.
Yeah,
online.
let's not. Let's not.
Thank you so much for joining us for Monday's episode of Creepy Conversations. And if you have any spooky stories or strange encounters, send them to legendslorehauntings.more@gmail.com and we'll put your comments on a future episode. And if you're a YouTube viewer, please hit that like and comment below. Thanks for listening.